was taken with the 4th pick in 2015, and he was considered a project then, but he's shown himself ready, and part of that has been his mentality. He said they thought I was afraid, but that's not who I am. I'll never back down from anybody. If I want to succeed, I can't be scared of anybody. I've got to be fearless out there on the court. Kevin?
Thanks, G.A. And what's scary is Porzingis is only going to get better. That kind of fearlessness will help him in the long run. Smitty, will be seeing a pair of teams tonight who both prefer to slow the tempo and play in the half court.
Yeah, these are the team they want to execute, grind it out. Every possession counts. Not a lot of people like watching this type of basketball, but there's a lot of strategy. Memphis Grizzlies is one of those teams. They're going to grind it out and make sure you play at their tempo.
They minimize mistakes, and boy, you got to keep your focus, don't you?
Yes, you do.
It'll be the Knicks off the tip. And the starting group for the Spurs. Filling out the wings, it's Green and Leonard. Duncan is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Parker in at the point. Here's McDaniel. Here's Ewing. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Green kicks to Parker, and it's good for 2.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. Pass to Houston. Here's Ewing. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. Parker with it. Outside Leonard. Duncan, a screen. Rejected by Campbell. Parker. Jackson against Parker. Jackson has the open look. Rebound, San Antonio.
The open mid-range jump shot. He knows he has to hit that one.
Duncan right side. Camby with the block. Here's McDaniel. Camby up top. Outside Jackson. Gasol against Ewing. Pass to McDaniel. Just 4 to shoot. Houston can't get it to go. Spurs have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Parker passes to Duncan. Green dishes to Leonard. Screen by Duncan. High post try. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
You know, the offense has just looked out of sync. Only 1 of 5 from the field.
A nice shot by McDaniel.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
And the Spurs, Greg, one of the best defensive teams in the league for 2 seasons running.
And it's really all about execution. They seem to just move in concert and stay connected. No silly fouls. And with their length, nothing easy inside.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Ewing. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Parker kicks to Green. The 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. To the middle. Now the pass to Houston. And the 3 ball is good. Houston's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now Parker, he feeds it to Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
What Kawhi does in the painted area, the tenacity he displays, it's phenomenal.
Can be a screen on Parker. A baseline J. Another miss by Ewing.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
A 3 from Leonard drills the 3-pointer. Leonard's got 5.
Dating all the way back to college, this is one of Kawhi's pet moves, the Sutton pull-up jumper.
Pass to McDaniel. He kicks it to Camby. A 3-pointer, no good. San Antonio leading. Parker with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Duncan outside. Dishes it to Leonard. Kicks it to Green. Clock at 6. The fadeaway. And Duncan with the basket on the assist from Green.
That's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
Yeah, he has the height to shoot over most any defender and the touch to make it with consistency.
Here's Houston. Can be a screen on Green. New York, no good that time either.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And it goes down 2 points.
You know, Kevin, it's easy to forget, but Greg Popovich was almost fired by the Spurs back in '99. Rough start that year, under 500. The players caught wind that if they didn't win the next game in Houston, Pop would get the X.
And so New York calls timeout, their first. And amazing to think about an all-time great like Popovich being on the hot seat. His players went to the mat for him, though, didn't they?
Some huge performances by Tim Duncan, among others. They really came out to support Pop. The Spurs finished that season on a tear, going on to win the franchise first NBA title. And that's the shot he wants, just a little bit out of rhythm.
Mills passes to Duncan. Nobody near Leonard. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. And it's 8 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Passes it to Strickland. Shoots over Mills. Here's Ewing. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
You have to credit the pinpoint pass for making that play possible.
Ginobili kicks to Leonard. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. King outside. The screen from Ewing. King, the pass to Ewing. Lets it go from deep. Offensive rebound. Pass to Strickland. Back to Porzingis. They set the pick. Starks dishes to Ewing. Over Duncan. Ewing misses.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Spurs as they wrap up the first quarter on a 14-5 run. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
Flip mode. 7. Bust a bus.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Through that first one.
Spurs leading by 7.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. And New York looking at who they've got. You've got Oakley. He's out there with King. Starts out there with Porzingis. And it's Strickland in at the 1. Another shot. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Now here's Mills. Tight defense on him. There's the pick. The feed to Duncan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fades back, and the shot goes in. Duncan's got the lead up to 9 now for San Antonio. And change was needed badly for the Knicks, and they did that starting with the front office.
Yeah, Knicks fans can have a dire outlook at times, but the team still has a solid foundation. It will take some time for the team to become a true contender again, but having players not be at odds with the front office, definitely a good start.
Oakland. The putback. There's the pass to Porzingis. Some nice passing by New York here. Oakley inside. New York, no good that time either. San Antonio leading by 9. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Mills can't hit. Knicks have gone an abysmal 0 of 6 from the field since the second quarter began. Sinks the three-pointer. Starks has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Kawhi Leonard has become a go-to scorer, but his focus still starts at the defensive end. He said, "My mindset is the same every game. Whoever I'm playing against, I go in and try to stop your best scorer and then try to get myself going on the offensive end." Kevin?
And David, that's what you get with Kawhi. Mr. Consistency, one of the best two-way players in the game. Ginobili outside, launches a three. Charles Oakley grabs the miss. Oakley's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Strickland. To the wing on the left. Here's Porzingis. That doesn't go either for Porzingis. San Antonio leading by 4.
And watching Porzingis play, you forget how tall he really is in terms of how he moves. Not only how quick he is, but also that skill set. Incredible that a player his size won the skills competition in last year's All-Star festivities.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
New York calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Leonard kicks to Parker. Back to Leonard from the arc. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Leonard's got 11.
Not much of a three-point shooter when he entered the league, but Kawhi is dialed in these days.
Houston. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Passes it to Bowen. Over McDaniel. Rebounded by Dudley. Knicks trail by 4. Pass to Houston. 1:29 left here in the second. Here's Jackson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Jackson's got his first points in this one.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Parker passes to Leonard. Over Camby, and it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists now in this one. New York's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Jackson kicks to Camby. Back to Jackson. Lets the free fly. Kept alive by New York.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Parker kicks to Gasol. Camby with the steal.
And a good opportunity here to go 2 for 1.
But you also want a decent shot if you can get it. That takes priority.
Jackson in the corner. Parker with the steal. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And New York making a change here. Ewing's checked in. Reno Udrich, he's checked in for the Spurs. Knicks trail by 4. Outside Jackson. Here's Houston. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. San Antonio's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Udrich. The dish to Parker. Right side Leonard. Over Camby. Not this time. In a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Spurs. They're up by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking out open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, it's always a little bit of a challenge playing on the road, but they came in mentally prepared and physically prepared. The energy in the arena was fierce, but they didn't cave in.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells the story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Fewer isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really value each possession.
You know what? It's hard to do. Staying focused and disciplined with your approach.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. San Antonio leading.
The Spurs, a top 7 offensive team for the last 7 seasons. Their passing and perimeter shooting is what really sets them apart.
On the court right now for the Spurs, the defensive tandem of Green and Leonard outside. Pau Gasol is out there with Duncan, and it's Parker in at the 1 spot.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in, just a fingertip touch on the ball. Leonard kicks to Parker. Screen by Duncan. To the middle. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And the Spurs among the league's best in three-point shooting, but they really don't rely on that as some teams do.
You know, the Spurs can change it up. No, they embrace the mid-range a little bit more than the three-point shot right now. Kind of going against the grain in that way. They take shots other teams avoid, and they make it work for them.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Duncan. Steve, a lot of great guards out there in the NBA. Many of them will drag you down to the block. Which guards would you least like to go up against in the post?
I would say Dwayne Wade, because I've got a chance to play against him in the post. Some of the guys now you look at, Sean Livingston, Devin Booker is a sneak peek for me. They say he's a shooter, but you got to watch him down the low post. DeMar DeRozan can make a living down there. Those are the guys that stand out for me right now, Kevin.
Tough guys, tough players, you're right. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
San Antonio's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Gasol kicks to Green. Here's Duncan. Camby with the block. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. And the pass to Houston. Takes a three. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. And here's Jackson. Pass to McDaniel. He dishes it to Camby.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
Feeds it to Parker. Dishes it to Gasol. He kicks to Duncan. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. 6 to shoot. Duncan with the screen for Leonard. Lets a floater go. Another shot. The Knicks pull it in.
They can't buy one right now. 0 for 4 already to start the third.
Kicks it to Jackson. Passes it to Houston. Camby, a screen on Green. New York, no good that time either.
And with that miss, 20% coming out of the break. Ouch.
Outside Leonard. Green, the screen. Duncan against Camby. Fires from 14. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Jackson kicks to Ewing. Pass to McDaniel. Looking to end the drought. But they recover it. Outside Jackson. The pass to Houston. Camby, a screen on Green. To the inside. Camby, no luck.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Right wing. Outside Gasol. Camby against Duncan. Lays it up off the glass.
Timeout.
Duncan's got 4 points in the quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
New York calls timeout.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
Knicks trail by 3.
In last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
2 points. That one goes. Here's Strickland. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. King outside. Pass to Porzingis. To the paint. Ewing kicks to Porzingis. The screen from Ewing. Passes to Ward to stop the drought. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Tough screen set there, and the defense was not prepared for it.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Pass to Bowen. 1:39 left to play in the third. Here's Duncan. Knicks with the rebound. Ewing's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Boy, this is rough on him. He wants to help out the team, which is playing well otherwise, but his shot just isn't there.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years. And he knocks down the first one. The Spurs offense, one of the most efficient in the NBA. It's all predicated, Greg, on motion.
And it's ball movement and player movement. They kind of want to warp the defense and force mistakes, and that's when they strike.
Marcus Camby, he's checked in for the Knicks. That misses, so he splits the free throws. San Antonio leading. 1:12 left to play here in the third, and Mills kicks to Ginobili. And there's the pass to Bowen. The feed to Duncan. Shoots over Ewing, and off the front iron, and in it goes. 14 points for Tim Duncan.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Pass to King. To the inside. Camby good.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Ginobili dishes to Duncan. And Mills kicks to Ginobili. Offensive rebound. Duncan. Ginobili outside. Passes it to Barry. To the paint. Kicks it out to Ginobili. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. Ginobili's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Ward, covered by Mills. Ward, the pass to King. To the paint, looking for Ewing. He gets it there. Over Duncan. Ewing can't hit. Now here's Mills from deep. No good. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Activity. We've had some great shots and they're not dropping. That's okay. They're going to go in or they're not.
They wanted to keep the energy level high. I can understand that. Greg Popovich not worried about the missed shots.
As long as guys are giving it their all, coach feels they're doing what's in their control to be successful.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Ewing is out there with Camby. Then it's King. Then there's Starks. And it's Strickland in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. Ginobili kicks to Duncan. Back to Ginobili. Just 5 on the clock. King with the steal. Pass to Strickland. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And what was a wild ride of an offseason for the Knicks ultimately results in a regime change.
Yeah, I mean, players butting heads with executives, and when it came down to it, things just needed to change. If the Knicks picked the Zen Master over Porzingis, fans might have rioted in New York City, and hopefully the franchise can kind of start to right the ship.
First one falls for him. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for San Antonio. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Patty Mills. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And one strength, Greg, that this Knicks team has enjoyed the last couple of years has been their ability to win the rebounding game.
And that's back-to-back seasons, Kevin, in the top 10. for rebounding in terms of the Knicks. And it was something they wanted to improve upon starting a few years ago. They've changed their rebounding trouble into a big asset moving forward.
Finding the man who broke free, the great vision of Pau Gasol making that play happen.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
Yeah, so many of these can go either way. Very difficult for the screener to stay 100% motionless.
Parker's checked in for Udrih. Duncan, a screen. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. Great positioning on the putback. And the Spurs lead by 7.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Jackson kicks to Ewing. And he banks in the layup.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Stolen by Ewing. On the wing, Jackson, covered by Parker. Jackson dishes to Camby. Duncan with the block. They recover it. There's the triple. Again, the miss by Camby.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Ginobili kicks to Gasol. Out to Parker. He feeds it to Ginobili. He tries for 3. Parker's shot is off. Knicks trail by 5. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Can be good.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Jackson against Parker. The dish to Duncan. Screen by Parker. Here's Gasol. Good on the baseline, Jay.
I mean, the mid-range jumper, one of Gasol's favorite and most consistent shots.
Ewing, a screen on Parker. Jackson passes to Ewing. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Pau Gasol.
Man, Doc Rivers has quite the resume as a player and as a NBA coach. Won a title with the Boston Celtics, also a former Coach of the Year.
That's good from Ewing. And with Rivers and the accolades he's had as a head coach, it goes a long way in how players and veterans want to play for him.
It is. Rivers has been in the league for such a long time. He has a lot of respect from his peers. Strong track record as a coach. Only missed the playoffs 3 times in his coaching career. He's a player's coach.
Both free throws good from Ewing. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Leonard sets a screen for Parker. He dishes it to Leonard. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Feeds to Duncan. Parker against Jackson.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
New York on D. A 2-point game. Duncan kicks to Green. 6 on the shot clock. From the stripe. They get it back. Parker outside.
You know, this is a time when you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
Houston, the pass to Ewing. Camby dishes to Jackson. Some nice passing by New York here. The score now all even. Ewing's got 9 points here in the second half.
Man, did they need those points, and I bet he's the guy that continues to go for it.
He will use his size, his skills, and his shooting ability to go get this win.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Outside Leonard. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. And the Spurs lead by 2.
Knowing the situation, Kawhi willing, and able to take control. Big bucket.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Parker gets it to go. The assist from Leonard.
And this is what you love about the game. Superb defense, great steal, and just like that, they add 2 points to this narrow lead.
Baseline try. Patrick Ewing again.
Big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
He doesn't need a second invitation. If the D's going to give him that much room, he'll jump at the chance to take the hero shot.
Screen by Duncan. This all setting the pick for Leonard. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
And there's the pass to Houston. To the inside. Here's Ewing. And the rebound goes to Duncan.
Defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Parker outside. Parker with another miss. The Knicks have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Over to the left wing. Houston, the pass to Ewing. Camby kicks to Jackson. Fires the 3. Camby, no luck. And now we've got the intentional foul. "36 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And that's an intentional foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. Can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never. Well, that is NBA level right there.
It's the way the game is supposed to be played. Guys competing at the highest level.
Jackson against Parker. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. Green kicks to Leonard. Shoots over Ewing. Again, the miss by the Spurs. New York calls timeout. They trail by 2. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Tim Duncan.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just torn them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
A shot by Camby. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.